Hey, today I'm going to show you how to put together a computer in little time. It's a surprisingly fun and easy process with a little frustration. First off, you're going to need a few parts to start with. A case, power supply, CPU, memory, hard drive, graphics card, motherboard, and a cooler for the CPU. If it's a higher end build, people typically buy a water cooler or a powerful air cooler. You need to remove the side panel off of your case, and using the case as standoffs, you have to mount the motherboard securely as it can't make contact with the case directly or else you'll short circuit it. Next, what you could do is place the power supply in your case, usually the bottom left corner, and make sure to have the power supply fan facing down if your case has proper ventilation for that. Typically it faces down anyways. For that, refer to your motherboard's manual for where to plug in stuff. Next, the memory is pretty easy. Make sure you pop them in the first and third slot or second and fourth to take full advantage of them. This may differ. As always, refer to your manual if you have any doubts on this. Two birds with one stone. The CPU is easy too. There's only one way to place it if you line up the mini triangle in the corner, and it should slide right in. If you did it wrong somehow, it's pretty easy to figure that out. The cooler is usually screwed on over and mounted on top of the case if you have a water cooler. Air coolers just screw on typically. The hard drive isn't hard either. Just screw it into a mounting bracket and slide it into the bay. Use a SATA cable to hook it up to the motherboard to power it, and another cable comes out of the power supply to power it. The graphics card just pops into the PCI slot, usually under your CPU. Just make sure you use the slot closest to the top for optimal performance. After all this, you can slide the side panel back on and plug in all the cables in accordingly in the back and power it on. This covered the basics of building a computer. Hopefully it helps someone.